Did it start? Oh.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
It's that time of the week again. Wednesday. And we're going to spell Wednesday with W-I-N. I don't care what anybody has saw on the last 3 weekends from the Bears. We are still claiming W's because we got the crappiest guy out the room. We're at least a better team 24 hours than we're at least a better team now than we were 24 hours prior. Gentlemen, Dave representing the Vikings and the dynamic duo June and B. Foster representing those Detroit Lions. How you fellas doing?
Doing all right.
Feeling like a winner.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should. I wish that I could have the upbeat inflections in my voice that you two have, that you three gentlemen have. But settle down, everybody. We are not going to talk about Bears first. We're gonna give everybody that. We're gonna put all that meat on your plate a little bit later. But first, I'm going to lean into my co-host. Dave, we'll start with you. Let's talk about your Week 10 game, your 12-7 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tell us about it.
Well, believe it or not, the Minnesota Vikings dominated. And I know that score doesn't look like it, but we had over 400 plus yards on offense. The defense only held them to a touchdown on a short field. Defense looks outstanding as usual. But we had one little hiccup. It looks like parts of the old Sam Darnold has resurfaced. He threw 3 interceptions, should have been 5. One got called back from penalty, and the other one should have been caught. But that's just a fluke. It won't return. Vikings win. They steal a road game. No biggie. Nobody got hurt. It was good.
Anytime you get to leave a game with no injuries and more points than the other team, that is a great day to be a football fan. Am I right? Am I right, Dave?
Yes, most definitely. Especially after today when we hear J.J. McCarthy had a second procedure done.
We gotta come back to that. We definitely got to come back to that. June and B. Foster, you all had a little bit more fireworks in your game. Sunday Night Football, I love it when they put you all in prime time because not only is it easy betting on my parlay, but it's great fantasy atmosphere, it's great fantasy theater and football theater as well. I love Dan Campbell. Tell us about this game that you all played against the Houston Texans.
Well, don't worry, Dave. We got you on the 5 interceptions. We got you covered.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. Golf probably had his worst day as a Lion, statistically and just overall play. Looks like 5 interceptions. I don't care what you say about a Hail Mary. That counts. That's in the stat sheet. An ugly first half of football on our part. I think we had like one good offensive drive and allowed several drives for the Houston Texans and allowed a closing drive in the half to end the first half, but it was a tale of 2 halves. No points allowed in the second half. We engineered 19 points to two very long, narrow field goals, one to tie and one to win. You got to be able to win ugly. I mean, it happens. Like, you're going to have those games where it's not going to be pretty, and it's better to come out on the win side of the ledger when you do have those ugly games. So whether it's 12-7 or whether it's 26-23, you leave the you leave the game without crazy injuries, and it is what it is. You just have to take it with a grain of salt. I think Goff played a horrible game, and that's an exception to what he's been showing. I don't think he'll have too many games like that. And when he does have a game like that and win, it's okay. It's not concerning. Everybody's entitled to a bad day. I think the more emphasis was with the Houston Texans defensive line, how they handled the Detroit Lions offensive line in the first half. It was really, really dismantling, seemed like. Sorry, Foster, you want to chime in?
No, you good. Yeah, we definitely had some protection concerns, which we had going into the game. And that secondary, we talked about the two rookie defensive backs. They accounted for 3 of the 5 interceptions on their own. So yeah, we didn't protect the ball very well, but we did enough to ultimately get the job done. We were able to shut down Joe Mixon. Our corners finally were able to record interceptions. Carlton Davis had an exceptional game tackling, and he had 2 interceptions as well. And yeah, we had a rough start to the first half, but we were able to get the job done. And the hero of the game ended up being Jake Bates, who had a couple very massive kicks, and that's a rookie right there. So very, very exciting ball game, and we were luckily able to steal another win on the road against another playoff team.
Are you sure about that, Foster? It was very exciting. I mean, did you witness it?
I mean, I'm sure June would like to let everybody know I was nursing a sickness, which y'all know that from Wednesday. But yeah, I stayed up for about a half of the game and passed out and woke up at 1:00 and had text messages and notifications and.
Okay, he wasn't there when I needed him. It was a bad first half, 23-7. Foster was not answering the phone. I figured he said, "Forget it, I'm done with this game."
That's what June might have did. But
I almost did it last night with the Pistons. But yes, yeah, I thought Foster checked out, and this, that, and other, and I was texting him all night every time there was a play in the second half, and I didn't get any answers. So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I feel better now, though. I know you guys were worried. I know June was worried.
You're all right. You're all right.
Well, we're glad to hear that you've overcome this football ignoring sickness, B. Foster.
Were you hospitalized?
No,
not at all. Not at all.
Needed some rest, man.
Ah, is that what they call it? Speaking of kickers, and young Master Bates did well, and that was exciting.
Whoa.
We had Parker Romo, who replaced Will Reichard because Will Reichard got put on IR. And he made all 4 of his kicks, which surprised the heck out of us because we don't expect him to. And he got a game ball for it, so it was cool.
Did we have Parker Romo?
Briefly, yes, you did.
I was going to say, I swear we did. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But this was his first NFL regular season start.
And he had a successful one. Congrats to the young man.
Yep.
All right. Those of you all who like soap operas and are messy, not necessarily traditional football fans, this is the game for you. The Bears dropped their third in a row. Avert your eyes. The Bears dropped their 3rd in a row. This time lose to the 2-win Patriots, 19-3. I think they're still trying to get their get back from 1985. That's how it felt watching that game. That's probably the worst football game I've ever seen, ever. Well, No, I've seen some Packer games, so it can't be the worst. It's the worst Bears games that I've ever seen. I remember as a shorty, I went with my late uncle, rest in peace, to a Sunday night football game at Soldier Field. They were playing the Packers. It was cold. I was freezing, and I don't know why the Bears must have been cold too because they didn't show up that game, and I just held that memory up until Sunday. Like that was the worst game I've ever seen the Bears perform because they didn't perform. I'm sitting out there in 21-degree weather for nothing.
Mm.
I was at home watching this game, and I could have done something better with my time. I could have did some yard work. I could have responded to some texts. I could have caught up on Netflix. Anything was better than watching that game. The Bears had an abysmal, anemic offensive performance again, and it led to some heads rolling. The Patriots played in man coverage 47% of the game, and they blitzed 47% of the second half. And for the life of me, no one, not Caleb, not the offensive coordinator, I'm sorry, former offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, could figure this out. No one could figure out that, hey, you know what? We should stop having this high school route tree against man coverage because I don't think that's going to beat professional DBs. Yeah, you can't just do a simple hitch route against man coverage because who is that beating? You're definitely not Christian Gonzalez. Stuff like that led to the biggest news in Chicago since Michael Jordan faxed "I'm back." Tuesday, the Bears fired Shane Waldron, and it is one. I couldn't wait for that news to drop. Two, it's a sad state of affairs at Hallis Hall that we have to fire an offensive coordinator 9 weeks into the season. This is the second season in a row we're letting go our top assistants mid-season. If you remember last year, we had to fire the defensive coordinator mid-season. We had to fire the running backs coach mid-season for reasons still unknown. Probably being inappropriate play calling. That's what I think. But this year, we had to fire the offensive coordinator 9 weeks into the job.
Wasn't he the one that had his office searched by federal investigators?
Well, that was last year, but I don't think anything's come from that.
Okay.
Still, yeah. So like I said, we still don't know what was going on. But it makes me, when they fired the coach, it reminded me of something that I saw in the offseason that I probably should have given more credence to. Take a look.
Bears fans are super interested about the offensive coordinator coming in, Shane Waldron. What can you tell them about who they just hired to try to get this offense where it needs to go?
This is live?
Yeah, we're not live. We're not live.
I'm playing. Good luck to y'all. I mean, he's a great person, great offensive coordinator.
I should have known. I should have known right there. And not just me, Matt Eberflus, whose time is running out in Chicago as well. He should have known. If he saw that, he said, whoa. You don't get your vote of confidence from the players you just coach? Hey, resend that. Hey, throw his paperwork away. We got to find somebody else. But this is the best you can get when you retain a lame duck coach. You're not going to get the top of the pick of the litter. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get the best thing available because they don't want to come in and have to sit behind or take orders from somebody whose job is tenuous at best. We do things all wrong in Chicago. Everything from trying to get a stadium built to electing the right people, winning damn games. Y'all saw the White Sox over the summer. They don't know what they're doing. So that was Tuesday. Going into today, Wednesday, the Bears finally cut Nate Davis, which that experiment, I think that was the only, no, that's not the only. That was the only free agency acquisition, big name acquisition on the offensive line from Ryan Poles, who's another guy whose job is hanging on by a thread. He signed Nate Davis to a 3-year, $30 million deal, and he was cut today. If you watch, listen to our shows, and we're available everywhere you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Music, iHeartRadio, and others. If you listen to our shows over the summer, I was saying it repeatedly every episode. Why is Nate Davis still out on this team? Why has he not been cut yet? We gave him most of the money. Get him out of here. He don't practice. He's always hurt. And when he does play, he's a turnstile. Bears finally decided, okay, week 10's, we've seen enough. Week 10, huh? Week 10, after Caleb Williams, the franchise quarterback, the guy you've invested so much into, after he's hit the pavement. We call it pavement in Chicago because Soldier Field grass is not soft. After he's hit the pavement 18 times since the bye week, you say, okay, we got to get rid of some of these bums. A little reactionary for my taste, but okay, sooner rather than later. Fellas, do you all have any observations or takes that are coming from out of the Windy City?
The play calling was horrible. Calling hitches that are 3 yards shy of the first down is bad. Absolutely bad when they're covered. All the sacks taken are bad. Very bad. Not developing your young stud quarterback. Bad.
I agree. Obviously, the lack of upward thinking after we left the bye week, there is a mystery in Chicago. Like, what happened? We had some dynamic play calls going into the bye week. We was on that 3-game winning streak. We had pre-snap movement. We had excellent route combinations. All of that has disappeared. We don't have anything going on pre-snap. We're just going out there. Hey, running out against 3 guys. I'll show you one of these. As I was watching all 22, I took a couple of screenshots of stuff I was seeing. And just look at some of this stuff. There's no one open. There's no one even designed to be open on these plays. Shane Waldron was, I have to say, he was in over his head. I don't know what happened between week 5 and week 7 that had the Bears disappear. To which Matt Eberflus had to say, yeah, we're evaluating everything. And there's also a report that there are some veterans in the room that want to Caleb bench. So everything in that locker room is going haywire right now. But enough about the Bears. Dave, you have some big news. What happens to J.J. McCarthy?
Well, Kevin Seifert originally reported today that he had a second surgery on his knee. Well, that was actually wrong. He did not have a second surgery. He had an injection of, quote, biologics. Most likely it's PRP, which is plasma something or other. I could look it up real quick. But it's, here we go, platelet-rich plasma, and it's designed to help healing. There was a little swelling on the knee because of his recuperation. They took care of it. Everything's on schedule. Everything's going to be just fine. But it had Vikings fans with their typical "we can't have nice things" posts out and about today. But it's going to be just fine.
So you're not saying this is anything dire, anything that's going to set his recovery back? Okay.
Nope.
All right.
He's going to be ready for training camp.
All right. Excellent.
OTAs.
I cannot wait to do these shows when there's a QB controversy to talk about. But all right. Is there any news percolating this week out of Detroit?
Oh, come on, guys.
None of note. As you noticed, Sunday, Zadarius Smith didn't play, but he will be. That's the biggest news, that he'll be on the field this Sunday. It's been a couple of minor roster moves, but nothing that moves the needle at all. Just I think Terry Arnold had a small injury, but nothing major coming out of Detroit right now.
Awesome. I did notice that Jameson Williams, he returned from his suspension. His suspension of nasty work. Happy that he's back. Happy
What's
he's
the
back.
over under until he's suspended again?
Oh, that's a good question, Dave, because he's got 2 in his jacket already.
Hey, I don't blame you for the last one, though. Do what you got to do, partner.
He's the boy 22, man.
Hey,
you got it. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna talk about it. But
do what you gotta do, though.
Well, all right, we're gonna segue to week 11. We'll take a quick break. If everybody's watching live, stay right where you're at. Stay tuned. On the audio side, check out our advertisers. They show us love, show them some love. We'll be right back. So who's on the schedule this week for the Vikings, Dave?
We go down to Tennessee to face Will Levis.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a quarterback there?
Yes.
Yeah, they're having a carousel down there. It just depends on the week who's going to start.
Yeah, but they've already announced it's Will Levis this week.
Yeah.
They played pretty okay with Mason Rudolph. I don't know why. I know why. They invested a lot into Will Levis, but geez, you gonna keep throwing him out there? Ugh.
Now they're a weird team. They're like the number 1 pass defense, but they're also last in the league of giving up points. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you run on them. And their offensive line is roughly equivalent to the Bears' offensive line. So it should be fun for our defense.
Fair. All right.
We're going to be talking about it tonight on the Real Forno show here at 6 Central.
Do you project any type of resistance coming from Titans? You say they're a weird team. They can come at you at all different angles, no diddy. But what kind of game are you expecting to see?
Comeback game for Sam Darnold. I expect the Vikings to get right after last week. After what the production was there, it's just turning into points. But it's going to be a challenge. Their defense is decent. It's their offense that just can't figure anything out.
Yeah.
But it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But I think we're going to score 3 touchdowns and win easily enough. We should.
So Sam Darnold is the new Sam Darnold is going to make a return against the Titans front 7. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Excellent.
The first 5 weeks, Sam Darnold, not the last few weeks, Sam Darnold.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it when you're not playing my team.
Wait till next Wednesday. We'll be talking about that.
We'll be coming off a win, so we'll be good. Dave, I'm not Dave, but my Detroit brothers. What do you guys got on the schedule for this week?
We have Jacksonville, Jags.
Oh,
who we played.
Mm-hmm. You guys both have faced those teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gave both won.
Gave us a severe whipping.
Did they? I thought you beat them.
We did.
They did. It was bad. It got ugly for Jacksonville.
And they hometown, London.
That's right.
Tell us about it, Joe. What's going to happen this Sunday? Lions versus Jaguars.
Well, of course. I mean, it's the Jags. I expect to win. They do have some integral pieces on offense. Joey Lawrence. I mean, I don't think he's playing.
I think he's done for the season, maybe.
Yeah, Matt Jones. Yeah, that even makes it bad. I take that back. It's Matt Jones. I just expect to win. I don't expect it to be for some odd reason. I don't think blowout. But if you look at the way they've been playing, maybe I should expect it. Hopefully, Golf has a bounce back game and returns to form. That's what I'm expecting to see. And the young corners, the young corner, Terrion Arnold, gets some decent reps this week because he's still learning and figuring his way out. Still a little handsy, still gets a penalty every game. And I want to see what Carlton Davis does. He had a breakout game last game. As Foster mentioned, not only did he have 2 interceptions, but he was very good in run support. And he was doing what we needed him to do as a number 1 corner. So it's going to be really interesting to see. After you have a game like that, you worry about a letdown game. So especially being from Michigan and watching the Lions, they have that game every now and then where they drop a dud and they lose to someone they ain't supposed to lose to. So we're on the lookout for that.
Where's this game being played?
Is it here, Foster?
I believe it's in Jacksonville. I should know
that. The Jaguars, they had an opportunity to win that game last week against the Vikings. It was just for, what's his name? Trevon Walker. He doesn't have the clutch gene. He did something dumb right when they was trying to get the ball back. And what was it? A penalty. He had a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which gave the Vikings another set of downs and effectively ended the game for them. If I was to ask you all, would it be another close game with the Lions? Is it yes or no?
No. Well, first and foremost, I gotta shout out the Jags because they did pass up on Aiden Hutchinson so that they could have Trayvon Walker. So that is one thing that we will always appreciate them for. But the Jags are they're pretty bad. They're coming off a loss to Minnesota. They're 2-8 on the league, 2-8 on the year, and they are on pace for the Travis Henry. Was it Travis Henry sweepstakes?
Hunter.
Hunter, not Henry. Hunter sweepstakes. So that's pretty much all they have going for them right now. They got Mac Jones as their starting quarterback. Is Trevor Lawrence really out for the year?
Well, he's out for this week. That's for sure. I saw a tweet saying he's out, ruled out already.
The thought is that he's not going to play anymore. His shoulder strain is kind of severe. But they have not ruled him out yet. Same as Travis Etienne. I don't think he plays anymore either.
He played last.
He played this weekend.
He did.
Yeah,
I missed it. I just thought it was Bixby from this point on.
He's not having a great year. I mean, the one bright spot they have right now is Brian Thomas, who's having a pretty good year. That's the one guy that I got circled that we need to contain. He's got 5 touchdowns already this year. So, other than that, they're not hitting on much. Their defense is dead last in the league. But they do have 2 solid edge rushers, Trayvon Walker as well as Josh Haynes Allen, who's got 5 sacks. Walker's got 7.5. So obviously we have had some issues protecting the edge. I'm not sure whether or not Taylor Decker is ready to return, but yeah, that's one thing that we do need to be cautious about. But outside of that, they don't have a whole lot going on. But they did get 3 interceptions against the Vikings. So we need to get back on the right track as far as not throwing interceptions. But there's not even anybody really that jumps out at me in their secondary. Andre Sisco, he went to Syracuse. So I've been following him for quite some time, but yeah, as long as we protect the edges and keep the ball out of their hands. This game, I would hope is going to be along the same lines as the Tennessee Titan game, where we maybe start a little slow, but we ultimately are in control for the majority of it.
Hope so. So I'm assuming that's a win for you guys.
Yes.
Now, if you follow, well, I should say that the Jags used a different script against us last week. They would play man on JJ, double JJ the whole game because Sam Darnold's favorite receiver is Justin Jefferson. But what they changed was Sam Darnold is the number one quarterback in the league under pressure, under blitz for throwing. They blitzed him once. The whole game.
Darnold once the whole game, you're saying?
Yeah, they blitzed Darnold once the whole game. And they kept 8 guys back, 7 or 8 guys in the defensive backfield and said, beat us that way. And Darnold was off target almost all day. But it is what it is.
With our running game, with our run game, that's gonna be a tough strategy to try to pull off.
Yeah.
We had a good day running.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and with tight ends. Tight ends did great.
Hawk was phenomenal.
Even the other guy, what's the other guy's name?
Oliver.
Yeah. He's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a great day with those guys.
The other 2 teams in the division, they have a game this week. The Packers had their bye last week, so that's why we didn't review their game. They lost, as they tend to do.
Who is the best quarterback in week 10 from the division?
Incomplete.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold threw 2 interceptions in the end zone, man.
He threw 3 total, but by stats, QB rating, it was Sam Darnold.
That's not saying much.
I know. It was a bad week for everybody.
Stinkers all the way around the board.
Green Bay had a bye, I guess.
Yes, they were on bye.
Yeah.
So it was almost love by default.
Yeah.
Gotta play.
Sports life and hip hop. Tyler Badgett. We're
He didn't
hearing words that there are players begging to play Tyler Badgett. Is that true?
No one's begging for Tyler Badgett.
Wow.
So they asked nicely.
Probably. There was a report. It hasn't been expounded on yet that there were some players in the locker room asking for Caleb to get benched, which would put Tyler Badgett into the game. There's a lot of fans that want Tyler Badgett as well. I don't give those fans a lot of airspace because I don't think they're too bright. But in any case,
I saw a tweet today. They said the savior is starting against the Packers this week, and it's not the bagman.
Of course. So the Bears, they chose the worst time to have this influx week leading up to the Packers game. And I'm going to say it.
Uh-oh.
You sometimes see the players respond when there's a new voice in the room. You see it a lot in the NFL. I do think, even though the Carolina Panthers, their former offensive coordinator, he's now the interim offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. He does come from the McVay tree. He's got a decent resume. What he had in Carolina last year was not a professional offense. This year, you could probably say the same thing about Chicago Bears at some points, that they don't have a professional offense. They certainly don't play like it. But I have to believe that the Bears are going to come out and show their grit and show their might, and you're going to have a surprise.
Wait, hold on. Whoa.
I know he wasn't going to let him get that past customs.
Wait.
I'm saying it, Joe.
Pick another word. Don't use the grit word.
Okay, all right, my bad. I won't use
Some
grit.
type of
That's-
bear. Use some
that's-
type of bear verbiage.
Bear down or something, man.
Okay,
Get off the grits.
all right. They're gonna
Get off the grits.
Oatmeal or something. No grit.
the Bears are going to put on their tie
Your
and then
porridge.
go over there and snatch the picnic basket from the Packers. They're going to surprise everybody. They're gonna pull out a close win, and I'm standing on that. I was waiting on you all to disagree, but
The Bears.
Wow.
Hey,
I'm standing on it.
So you're predicting a Bears victory over the Packers this week.
I am. I
In
would.
Chicago.
There you go. I like that.
I am.
That's right, Pay. Damn it.
Damn it.
hey, there's one thing we all agree on, and that's FTP.
Listen, this week has me thinking about a certain quote from Mark Twain. It's better to be an optimist that's occasionally wrong than a pessimist who is always right. I can sit here and tell you, that the Bears have no shot in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But why would I ever think? Why would I let my mind take me to that dark space? The crazy things happen on Sunday. The Packers have not shown you that they're unbeatable. Jordan Love hasn't shown you that he's name what Brett Favre or anybody like that or Aaron Rodgers. He's okay.
He's a professional quarterback there, Pay.
That's the best thing you could say.
I forgot about that almost.
Oh, I will never let you guys forget that.
I would rather go down fighting and standing with my boys 10 toes down than allow myself to even utter the words Packers. I'm not even gonna say it. I got my Bears taking care of business. Their offense has a spark for at least 1 week. They win 24-23.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Yeah. There was a somebody said on here, one of the comments said he had 150 on his Packers.
Was it Steven Super Esteban?
I can't say it again, whoever it is. And there it is. Gucci Finesse.
Gucci.
I like the name though. I like the name.
Got paper.
We have two confident people in the room here.
Shout out to my boys, Super Esteban Thick Pen, Packer fan, big Packer fan. You all remember his homie that coined the phrase professional quarterback.
Professional quarterback.
Oh, that's his boy there.
That's his boy.
Okay.
That's his boy.
Salute.
Big time Packer fan.
They not like their prediction.
He loves to remind me that the Packers own the Bears. It ends Sunday. We taking it back. we taking it back. Don't even
talk, Pay.
Don't even watch the game, bro. I'm letting you know what's gonna happen first. Find something better to do with your time, because the Packers need to find somebody else better to play with. It ain't the Bears.
Whoa, spicy.
It was something safe.
Was there some kind of acquisition that we don't know about or something? You talking really spicy there, Pay.
Getting rid of Shane Waldron is an acquisition.
Addition by subtraction.
There you go.
Okay.
A little bit of that hood. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally for that ass. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, unfortunately, we can't watch because we would be watching our own games. All three games are on at the noon Central hour.
Okay.
I got a couple of comments that I would like to highlight. Gucci Finesse, he says the only way the Bears win is like week 1. The defense have to score TD. Yes, the defense does need to help the offense out a little bit. I agree. Let's get a turnover for a score. Jordan Love did it the last time you saw him. Why not do it again?
Yeah, he's been known to make that happen. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, he's been known to have good games and bad games.
There's one comment. I'd like you to pin that and speak on that. The Caleb comment.
Oh, from Smog F87.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
all right.
What coach talking about?
Smog F87. Caleb is a bust. Should have stuck with Fields. Only thing Caleb is winning is a crown for drama queen. One,
coach.
You can't. Caleb identifies as a man, so you don't call him a queen. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Unless you want to break some news, Foster. Unless you want to.
Foster won't be breaking the news.
All right, then. So we're going to go with what we know. Second thing, Justin Fields was 10-28 with Eberflus. On what earth do you have to be on to say, let's run that back again? That makes total sense. Let's do that again because this don't need to be broken up. 10-28, we're going in the right direction. No, it's the NFL. You're constantly moving.
What is Williams with Eberflus?
4-6 on pace
to
what? Four wins is on pace to be the best quarterback. Have a better season than Justin Fields had in 3 seasons. Still on pace, even with these last 3 losses.
But you guys got a hard schedule. You got to admit it.
That's fine. That's fine. We knew what the schedule was months ago. We still got to show up and play ball. We got to put our pads on just like somebody else. We just got to go out there and pop them.
Hey yo,
let's get spicy. Sports Life and Hip Hop, my boys. You all did a show with them the other week.
Okay.
Wow. They didn't want to flex Bears and Packers? Of course they don't. Why would they do that? I wouldn't even advise that. Don't let me wait all Sunday just for that.
Where's the game?
Anthony Caponelli says NFL's dirtiest team is the team from Wisconsin.
That's correct.
Wow.
They've been dirty for 30 years.
Dirty 30.
Where's this week's game? Is it in Green Bay or Chicago?
Chicago.
It's in Chicago, right?
Okay.
30 years. And they've been dirty ever since they traded for that quarterback from Atlanta. And, if you all been keeping up with the news, it's a felon.
Wow.
Dirty.
We are digging up the dirt today.
Wranglers.
Men don't paint their nails. Want to rethink that comment, Pay? Now, this I agree with. Tim, I actually agree with this, but I'm sorry, Pay.
No, I don't want to rethink that because men didn't paint their nails until recently. So now men do it. A whole bunch. You walk into any Starbucks.
We are not about to sit here and normalize.
I think half the NBA does. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
You don't have to normalize it. You don't do it. I just say, hey, I see a bunch of people doing it. Not me, but hey, do your thing, Playboy. I'm not mad at you. I got enough bills. I don't need to add another one. Going to Sephora. What color is lighting me up today? That ain't for me.
Wow, this has gone off the rails.
To each his own.
Right. That's exactly how I look at it, Joan. To each his own. Let's get a couple more. Sports Life Hipster says sarcasm on the flex. I know how you think.
Anthony says guitar players paint their nails to harden them. Yes, I've heard of that. Clear code.
Guitar players football. It's kind of different.
Hey. What's my man name that played with Go Diddy? Played with Bruce Springsteen. What was the guitar name? Steven I'm blanking.
I know what you're talking about.
Say he's not tough. That guy.
I mean, I wouldn't want him to be my quarterback though.
He might be an upgrade in some cases for some teams.
All right. I want the face of the team, not the manicure of the team.
Van Zandt.
There you go.
Thank you, Anthony.
Van Zandt. Campo's always been a guiding light for me. Shout out to Campo. All right. And last comment, Tim Lyons. co-host of the Running Through the Jungle podcast. Pay is getting his done this week. I'm just Mike in solidarity.
I want to see it. Let me know when you broadcast
This is
it.
where it starts. It's where it starts.
Well, the offensive line should do something in solidarity. That's
Block. There's an idea.
I'm not blaming it all on Caleb. That line has been bad to him.
We didn't come into the season with a good offensive line. We played above our head last year, and a lot of that got masked because Justin Fields is taking off in the pocket a lot. You can't get sacked if you're a running back, right? So, but if you recall, one of the issues with Justin Fields is that he took sacks at inopportune times. Same. Yes, ask for permission first. Same thing with Caleb. Caleb, he does hold on to the ball too much because he doesn't want to throw the ball to his preferred receiver. I saw that some in the last 3 weeks. But majority of the issue, at least 60-70% of the issue, is the offensive line. The starters aren't good, and the backups who we've been playing are even worse. We have 4 offensive linemen inactive last week. Tevin Jenkins can't stay healthy. He's our best, and he's hurt every other game. Darnell Wright, who we traded back twice to get him in the draft last season, I'm ready to call. I think he's mid. We started Larry Borum at left tackle. Our starting left tackle, Braxton Jones, he's been out. Nate Davis, who we cut today, he's been rotating with Matt Pryor, who plays inside and outside. Matt Pryor is terrible. We traded for him. I don't know why. Ryan Post thinks he's playing 4D chess. You ain't, bro. Just get good players. He traded a 5th round draft pick for Buffalo's backup center, Ryan Bates. What was his name, Dave?
Who?
Master Bates.
Yes.
Hey, whoa.
And that's exactly what he does when he's playing on the field. He ain't playing football.
He's a kicker.
Again, this goes back.
You expect weird stuff from kickers.
Well, I was talking about Ryan Bates.
That's.
But see, that's the crux of the issue. Ryan Poles thinks he's outthinking people when he's trading valuable draft picks for backups. How about you just get good top of the line players? You got all the capital in the world. Chicago Bears are ringing the phone. Make that noise. Make that mean something. Not that you're calling to be a huckleberry. Stop being a huckleberry.
Well, at least you know what you're looking for in the off season.
Oh, I'm looking for a new general manager, a new coach, better players, better fat boys, and possibly some news about a new stadium. But, gentlemen, this has been a great show. Everybody, if you haven't done so, check the details of the show, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever the case may be. The details of all these great guys, their shows are in the comments, but I'll let you shout yourselves out still. Dave, where can everybody find you in particular and see that Real Forno show later where you're going to preview the Week 11 game?
Yes. Vikings First and Skull is our channel. It's both on YouTube, podcast. It's written form over at you can type in vikingsfirstandskull.com and it'll drive you to FFSN, our Fans First Sports Network partners, the ones that where we host our podcasts on, and you can find us on Facebook as well, and across Twitter and everywhere else. And yes, tonight is Tyler Fornes, the Real Forno Show, and we will be previewing the trip down to Nashville, Tennessee to play the Titans.
Can't wait. Tyler Fornes show is a very good show. My second favorite show on the Vikings versus Skull. Guess the first. Detroit
bloggers. No.
It's a good guess. Detroit, June, B. Foster. Where can everybody?
Spice, maybe.
There you go. That is my favorite new show on your channel. Where can everybody see your Detroit Lions content and your Detroit Pistons content, fellas.
You can catch our content on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. Not only can you catch Detroit Lions and Detroit Pistons, you can also catch the Detroit Tigers coverage on there as well. And for all the podcast aggregators, you can follow us at Bleachers and Speakers FFSN. Make sure you turn that notification bell on and download those episodes for us.
I made it easy for everybody. Just go ahead and look in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just hit the hyperlink and take you right to their show. Fellas, I was remiss when we did our show, the NBA Central Division wraparound 2 weeks ago. I was remiss for bringing this up. You guys are both musicians, Foster, June. You guys are from Detroit. So I just, as we're ending this show, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the late, great, the legend himself, Quincy Jones passing.
Oh man, he's an icon. He's an icon. It was funny because there's news that came out today that he had 7 children and left $80 million apiece for his children. So
I thought he was splitting that 80 million.
But no. 80 million a child. So that tells you his legacy, and he was from back in the day where record deals weren't that plentiful. They just weren't. You would get pennies. You would get half a penny for each record. So So he's a great legend, great producer, great composer. And rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Yeah, June said it best. It's not much more to say besides that. A legend, for sure.
Definitely a legend. And you guys are legend too, same as you, Dave. Thanks a lot, everybody. Next week, if you like this show, it would be on the Bleachers and Speakers channel on YouTube, live at the same time. Go ahead and do like Tim Lyons did, subscribe, and make sure you do not miss out. Fellas,
thanks, Tim.
what do we say as we going out the door?
Skull Vikings.
The Bears.
Wow.
See you all next week. Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say 3 things: bear down, go